So welcome to the FEA class. Let me introduce myself. I'm Ting Dong. You can just call me Ting. A little bit about my teaching experience. So FEA, of course. Anyway, came from my mechanics materials class. Yeah, aerospace structure. I think. Yeah. So these are the most frequent class I have taught. FEA, mechanics materials. Aerospace structure, and of course, I also teach the aircraft design and spacecraft design, the ES 4710 and 4700. I taught the Mech 1 and Mech 3 before. I taught Mech 1 when I was a student here, only one semester when they need a faculty to teach that class. And Mech 3, I was co-teaching with Dr. Trump for 2 summer semesters. Yeah, so these are my teaching experience. As you can see that I consider myself as a structure person. So how about now? Is it better? No. This is my board. How about now? Is it getting better? No. Anyone can help? I just switched to off. How about now? It's okay now? Switched off. This one. And oh no. So this is the mic volume. This is on. And it's the maximum now. Is that, let me try it. Okay. You guys hear me now? Okay. How about the students in the back? No?
Voice control.
It's already
Maybe like a microphone. I don't know.
So this is already maximum.
Oh, this might be. No, that's mute. That's all.
Yeah.
Camera control. No, nothing to do with that. Is it wireless? How does it work? Maybe it's too. It's like the voice can't be heard, but the tapping can.
I don't know why. Should I try this one? But it's
Maybe. Maybe get that one. That one should be the.
But it's kind of weird if I need to use this one to talk.
Some people do it. It's really.
Okay. How about now? No? Still no?
I think there's the song.
Is something here? These are eyes.
Is that?
This is the screen.
That was just.
No.
Did that. Off and on, classic Texas. Something about the whole system.
We're doing it. It's probably too late. Yeah. By the time you arrive, it's already. Not connect. What is it?
I don't know if I know it. I just did one thing with one of these.
You do.
Sounds like. So I wonder if it has like. But I don't know. That's a pretty high frequency. It's rated like 81 megahertz.
Is it on? Hey, what did you, that works.
Just click the button.
Okay.
Which place?
The menu button.
Oh,
It's-
menu. Okay.
I can try raising the.
The threshold.
But this one is still okay.
It has a mic offset. That it's set to 0 decibels.
That would be soft.
There.
It's back.
I think
I
it's
think it's
good.
like the
I think
Can you back? Okay, finally. Thank you. Thank you. Uh, Sorry about that. So you guys are okay now, right? Yeah. Okay. So again, my teaching experience and also my email address here. I absolutely recommend you guys to use my UFL email because I know some of you like always prefer to use the Canvas message, but the thing with the Canvas message that like you email me, you have some attachment, I need to forward to someone, and the attachment is gone. Have you guys experienced that one before? Yeah, so it's like, oh, I need to ask you to email me again, and then like back and forth, wasting everybody's time. So I only use my UFL email. Do not use Canvas message. Canvas message causes a lot of problems. And lecture time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 period, of course. Office hour, I have not decided yet, but I will definitely do 3 hours per week. TA, Anderson and Yanqing, both of them are my previous students, and both of them have been my TA before. They are they're really good students in my classes before, and they work really hard and very responsible TAs. So of course, each of them will have 1 hour office hour per week to help you guys with lecture content, homework, exams, everything. Prerequisite, of course, mechanics materials. Mechanics material is the foundation for a lot of classes. So since beginning of semester is not that crazy busy, I guess. If you guys get, you can just read mechanics materials textbook for fun. Like what is tension compression, bending, transverse shear, and torsion, what are the stress caused by all of them, and or how to calculate those stress components. We definitely need them to do our FEA class, and also like the combined loads problem, like super fancy L shape and force applied in all different direction and calculate. Yeah, so mechanics material is very important, and I highly recommend you guys use this like beginning semester to just like either read textbook, watch the YouTube video. I have all the video posts on my YouTube, but of course you don't need to, you can find like the better professor. I mean, we have many professors post their mechanics materials videos. You can watch any of them as you prefer. But just let you know that you do need them for this class. And as instructor of FA class, I cannot spend too much time just to review, because that department does not allow this. What departments say that FA class should focus on FEA. Mechanics materials focus on mechanics materials, and aerospace structure focus on aerospace structure. I cannot just like keep reviewing the old material in the new class. So that is department policy. But of course, if any of you have any problems about the mechanics material, even the statics, anything, you are welcome to come to my office hour. I'm happy to help explain all the details, all the concept in detail. So in the office hour, it really depends on any question you have. It can be mechanics materials or anything. For the textbook of this class is the FEA, Introduction to Finite Element Analysis. These are 3 professors. I think Dr. Kuma is in the 3rd edition. So I didn't update. So we have a 3rd edition now. So this is the recommended textbook. There's no required textbook for this class. Well, actually, there's no required textbook for any of my class. Maybe we had taken my class before, like mechanics materials, aerospace structure. Probably the general impression you guys got is that as long as you come to class, and focus into 50 minutes, take good lecture notes, do the homework by yourself, you should be fine in all the exams. It's not like required. You have to read additional material after class to be like really perform very well in the exam. I think I will cover all the contents in detail, including the conceptual part, including the example part, and help you understand all the ideas in FEA. And you will have homework every week to help you practice to see if you truly understand all this concept and if you can truly use this concept to solve the FEA problems. And if you, let's say, are fine with all of those, for the exam, there should be no surprise. No surprise. All our exam problems, they are very closely related to our exam problems and homework problems. But of course, with variation. Course content, of course, the first part is the mathematical preliminaries, because FEA is more like we need to use the vector matrix a lot. And at the very beginning, when I taught this class, I didn't really include mathematical preliminaries, and we had a huge matrix, vectors, matrix, vector multiplication, everything, and students get super confused, simply because, not because of FEA, but because the mathematical part. So that's why I include this part here. We probably spend like about 1 hour talk about the vector matrix operation, like eigenvalues, those kind of thing. So to get everyone on the same page. But of course, I'm pretty sure you learned the material somewhere before you came to UF. So if you feel like it's too easy for you, just relax here. Yeah. And the real FEA content start from the bar element, truss element, beam element, frame element, and also we can use FEA to solve the heat transfer problems. And then we will move on to the plane solid, the 2D problem. So everything bar, beam, frames, heat transfer, we can consider 1D problem. And then plane solids, 2D problem, we can do triangular element, we can use rectangular element, we can use 3-node triangular element, 6 nodes triangular element, or 4 nodes rectangular element, or 8 nodes rectangular element. So and also we can do the isoparametric mapping. So basically, if you have a general 4-edge shape and you want to mapping into a rectangular element to solve our FEA problem. So, and also at the end of the semester, we talk about the procedure and modeling. We will have 2 projects I will talk about later. This semester using Abacus. And when you put everything in Abacus, or if you prefer to use ANSYS, that it might cause some problem in the software. So we'll talk about that focus on that part at the end of the semester. So of course, the general idea is that, let's say in mechanics materials, you learned tension compression, you learned torsion, and also the transverse shear. And of course, you combine all of them on one single structure, on one shaft, one beam, one bar. But that is the thing you can do in mechanics materials. But in real life situation, let's say for aircraft structure, you are designing the wing box. So it's not a simple rectangle cross-section beam, or it's not that simple. Of course, we can use what we learned in mechanics materials to do a preliminary calculation. But if you want to get like really converge to the real stress result at the root of wing box to know the maximum stress, what we need to do is that we discretize the entire wing box to small element. And in each element, we can use what we learned from mechanics materials, like each element becomes one beam. And then for a big structure, in real life structure, more complicated structure, we assemble them. And the way we assemble is by using, like, when you describe this way, say 10 elements, and then the 10 nodes, we assemble them into a matrix, and then we solve this matrix problem. So the foundation is mechanics materials, because each element, how to calculate each element is mechanics materials. FEA is just, we now have a real structure discretized in each element, have a element matrix equation, and assemble the whole equation, the whole matrix based on your real life application, and solve the problem. And of course, for simply understanding each concept, like the beam, the bar, the truss, the 2D element, we have hand calculation problem for you to practice to understand the basic ideas. Like, for example, for the bar problem, we know this for one node, we only have 1 degree freedom, because bar problem, tension compression, it can only move in X direction. Every node, 1 degree freedom. But if you have a beam problem, now you have something to bend. Then each node, it has rotational degree freedom. It also has translation degree freedom, right? So we will have the theoretical part and the hand calculation part to help you understand the basic concept. And then when systems get more complicated, like in the project, one project we normally use is a torque arm. Obviously, we cannot use hand calculation and solve a matrix like 1000 by 1000. Then what we do is that we put in the abacus. But I want to say that this class is not like the most important part is not abacus. The most important part is your understanding behind the abacus. So because I mean, somebody uses software, you can find some like super fancy videos on YouTube. And it's easily, I mean, for the software part, it's very easy. Let's say you sketch a geometry, wing box, anything, you apply boundary condition, you clamp at the wing root, you apply the loading condition, you put a electrical distributed force on the wing, right? And click run, and then you will generate stress result. But the thing is that only know how to use software is not enough, because of course abacus can generate you, or ANSYS can generate you a very nice picture. Red, blue color, red means high stress, blue means low stress, and where it is and what the value of them. Without understanding, you don't know if that result, that beautiful picture, is correct or not. Sometimes it can be set automatically off. So our function of this FEA class here is not teach you how to use those apps, how to sketch the geometry, how to apply boundary condition, how to apply loading condition, how to make it run, and how to see the beautiful results. Our job here is make you to understand the foundation of EA. So if something goes wrong in the software, you know what is the problem. Sometimes some students like apply a force, the whole structure fly away, boundary condition, right? And sometimes they use the wrong element. Let's say if you have a bending problem, you know that you need to use a beam element. And if you have a complicated 2D plane stress situation, and triangle element with 3 nodes, triangle element with 6 nodes, they have different degree freedom. They have different accuracy. Quadrilateral element, we need to know what the polynomial function to represent this quadrilateral element, and the 4 nodes and 8 nodes, they have different order. And it will lead to different accuracy. of your modeling. But of course, I'm not saying that it's more we use higher element, it's always better, because it also, again, depends on your situation, right? So let's say if I have a structure that is only subject to tension compression, it does not require you to use those fancy like 8 nodes quadrilateral element or 6 node triangle element. No matter you use 3 nodes triangle element, 6 nodes triangle element, 4 nodes rectangle element, or 8 node triangle, you will get the same answer, because tension compression, stress is constant, strain is constant, displacement is linear. So what we need to do in this class is really focus on the basic understanding to know in what situation, what element type we should use, how many elements is enough. If something wrong in your software, like well, we see a big like a very beautiful picture, contour plot of stress result or displacement result from the software, you know it makes sense or not. If it doesn't make sense, how to solve the problem. So that is the main purpose of FA class. It's not a software like teaching you this kind of thing. But so we'll spend like 5 or 6 class talk about the FA, the abacus tutorial. But the main part is the understanding, the foundation part. About the course assignment, of course, we have homework, be likely 10 homeworks, maybe more or less, but the total number of problems you need to solve is the same for the whole semester. It's just like sometimes I put more problem in one homework or less problem in one homework, so it really doesn't matter. But it will be around 10 homeworks and around 1 homework per week. And you may need to use the abacus for solving some of the homework, but most of them will be hand calculation. You need to really write the matrix and solve the matrix and everything. But of course, solving the matrix part, you can use MATLAB. And we will drop 1 lowest grade homework. And of course, this drop including any situation. It's not just lowest grade. Some students like, I need to go to a conference, or I have a health problem, or whatever reason, including the excuse is allowed by the UF policy. All those will be considered as dropped homework. So please do not push me like, oh, because it's like student club competition, I have to go, so I need to have extra drop. No, there's no extra drop for anyone. This 1 drop is for the entire class, no matter what situation you have. Projects, we have 2 projects. One is based on the beam problem. One is the 2D. So 3 exams. These are the tentative exam date. September 24th, October 27th, and December 1st. Exam will be at night. I think it's either start from 8:10 or 8:20. It's required by the UF, so I will check later. In-person exam. No final exam. And for the grading, 10% goes to the homework, 75% each exam, 25% project, 15 total for 2 projects. So if this tentative exam schedule, like anyone has time conflicts with like higher level class or anything? Yeah, sure. So if I have time conflict with like high course number class, you can talk to me, so we figure out. But this is just tentative exam schedule. I need to talk to department to apply for the exam to the classroom first. Sometimes they don't have classroom available on this specific day, so I will send another announcement later after I get confirmed from the department about the classroom for the exam. Attendance. And of course, in person, that was during the COVID. Some students attend on Zoom, but now, of course, everything's in person. So we have this attendance is purely bonus, so it's completely fine if you skip the class for the whole semester. There's no negative impact of your final grade. So this attendance part is purely bonus, so it's outside of this 100%. or 100 points. And of course, we always have students come to me like they have the doctor's notes because they need to be in the hospital during those days and cannot come to class, and or they need to go to conference, student activities, or athletes. Any kind of situation that make you unable to come to class, we have 3 drops. So I don't do any additional drop for any reason you may have. And also I want to let you know that since this attendance part, 3% is already bonus. So do not try to like fight with me like, oh, you know, give me some extra drop or something. I don't do that. I guess for you guys who already took my mechanics materials class and the aerospace structure class, you already know this one, right? I don't accept any late submission, no matter what reason you may have. They will be including the drop. So if you somehow, let's say, I always receive the email like, I try to submit at 11:58, and then it closed at 11:59, or my Wi-Fi disconnected at 11:58, or my computer crashed at 11:59. Whatever reason, drop. So, Abacus, the link is here. You can do it. Your question? It be done. Start from when is the drop at deadline? It be Wednesday. Yes. So probably we'll do it like after drop at deadline, because now we have something we drop class, some students we add the class. It's full now, but yeah. So basically we will just like you sign on one paper, and then I will ask TA to put like for every day we have, let's say September 1st, and then you have see the September 1st attendance, and then if you are here, you get 1 point. If not here, it's 0. But of course, all of this, they are just the bonus part. And also about attendance, I want to talk about it more. So this is a way I try to encourage you guys to come to this class. I'm not saying that this is the only way you can learn FEA. I know some of you are super smart. You can just like spend several hours reading the textbook, and you should be fine for the exam. I didn't see those test situation happen, but I assume some of you. But let's say from my point of view, based on my observation, it's much easier to make you perform well in the exam if you come to class. I'm not saying it's like because my class is like so important, there's no other way you can do it. It's simply because when you guys are here and sit here for 50 minutes, try to understand the content in 50 minutes, it's kind of like discharging your stress evenly into everyday class. Instead of like, oh, I wait the night before the exam and expecting that one night I don't sleep. And I read some homework solution and I watch some videos and be fine. It doesn't work in that way for my class. And I'm not sure about other class, but based on my experience, based on my observation, it doesn't work in my class. That's why I try to give some bonus part to encourage you guys to come here. Simply because you just like, for each 50 minutes, you only focus on a small topic, and it's much easier for you for the exam, instead of like, you wait until the night before the exam. And it's not good for your mental health. That's something very important. I mean, for my class, it's okay if you don't get a good grade, but I don't want anyone in my class get super stressed or have mental health problem because of my class. So that's why I highly encourage you guys to come to class. Software, try to download. We'll do the Abacus tutorial very soon. If you don't know how to download, don't ask me. You guys already know that I'm really bad at computer things. So if you cannot download Abacus on your computer, most likely it's your computer system problem. So either you call the UFIT or ask your friends who are good at computer things, or ask my TA. I'm not good at those. I can only help after you successfully download Abacus on your computer. And also I want to say that Abacus is only works, this software only works for the Windows system. Proposed grading scale. I don't think this is really that important. Ignore the first sentence. We will calculate everyone's grades. Oh well, we do calculate everyone's grades through following this scale. But what happened? I think I only did twice in my whole career. So I adjust the grading scale to make sure that 40% of students in the class can get A. I only did twice. Once is the aerospace structure spring semester, and once is the mechanics materials in the summer. So most of the time I could get about 40% students in my class get A. But if the percentage is lower than 40%, I was shifting grading scale. So my point here is that it doesn't really matter, like 93, 92.9, it doesn't really matter. If you work really hard, you get a good grade. That's the thing I can promise. And of course, since I already said there's no surprise question, so it really depends on how hard you work and how much you understand the class content. There's no nothing like testing your creativity or something. We don't do that. So, and also each exam, if the average is lower than 80, I will curve the average to 80. So just in case if it's situation that I didn't explain certain concept very clear, it's kind of, well, it's true, it's my fault. So I will not like punish you guys because my fault. So what I normally do is that if the average is lower than 80, I curve the average to 80. So you guys don't need to worry about that. And also in the very end, after I finalize all the grade, and if I see the percentage of A is lower than 40%, I will shift this grading scale. And of course, I don't mean that this is ECA class. Absolutely not. We do have students fail in my class every semester. Last summer in the, well, the past summer, we have 10 students drop before, yeah. So and still we have students fail. So this is absolutely an ECA class. So if you are like super busy this semester, you have something already planned, and if like I just want to like put minimum effort and get an A, you probably need to reconsider if you should take this class or not. I want to put this very clearly here before the drop and add deadline. Give you very clear expectation. We do have students. It's really depend on the amount of effort you put in this class. You can get A if you work hard, but there's a high chance that if you don't have time, you may fail. And also, whenever I do the curve the exam or shifting the grading scale, it's for the whole class. No matter for any reason, I do not change like grade rounding or bumping anyone's grade for your personal reason. I don't do it for any individual students, especially for FA and also design class, because some of you like, oh, you need to graduate. You need to maintain your scholarship. And I receive all kind of reason like internship, or some students that told me that this got an offer, and the promise is that they need to maintain certain GPA to get a job. And so they use that one to push me, like if I don't change that student grade, it's my fault because the student lose the job. No. So just want to make everything clear. No matter what reason you may have, as a professor, I only adjust the grade to be reasonable overall as a whole class. So any curve the exam grade or shifting the grading scale is for the whole class. I do not do any individual grade adjusting, no matter what reason you may have. Grade correction, I know that our TA, they are really responsible and super smart, but we are all human. We may make grading mistakes. This is that. If you see any grading mistakes, you can talk to me during the office hour after class or email me, and I will check. So I can do the grade change. And of course, it may result in lower or higher grade. Academic honesty. Do not use ChatGPT do not use anything other than your brain. Is this clear? So I'm the type of person that who will definitely report if any situation happen. I'm not saying that any of you sit here will do anything like that. Definitely not. But just like I graduated in 2020, and the first time the first 1 or 2 years, I was teaching online, and we had a situation that I remember there was like the online exam, and I posted exam problem at 7, and 7:05, my whole exam is on the check. And I didn't know that. I mean, my TA told me. So I heard that like check expert, if you pay membership, the check expert will help you solve the problem within half an hour. So the way we found it that when we grade the exam, we see some like repeated weird wrong solution. It doesn't make any sense. And then I talk with the TAs and let's put all these problems, all the student solution together and see. And then one TA told me that, have you heard about check? So of course I contact check, and check said, there may some situation happened and I need the information. And check said, we don't work with professors. So I didn't give up. I talked to the Dean of Student Office. So they have to work with Dean of Student Office. So the people in the Dean of Student Office, they start an investigation. In the end, to list all the names. We had 4 students post a problem. 1 student posted the full exam. Other 3 students posted like separate individual problems. We have about 15 students reviewed the solution during just 2 hours, and I have the full list. So at that time, I remember some students putting my course evaluation say that I'm the creative person, or she's crazy because she's new. And some of you may feel like I'm not that new faculty anymore. Maybe I'm not that crazy anymore. I want to say it's not crazy because I was new. That's my personality. If anything happened, I would definitely spend my time to make it clear. So again, I'm not saying you would do that in this class. Just want to make the expectation very clear. If there's any violation, we definitely will do something. For any the students need accommodation, you can talk to me during the office hour after class. So I will definitely do everything I could to help you guys. And also, if you have like extra time allowed, we definitely can do that. 50% to 100%, yes. Course evaluation. This is something you need to do at the end of the semester. I will talk about at the end of the semester, but for now, that course evaluation is something that you get a suggestion and feedback about your professor's performance at the end of the semester. That's something that is very beneficial for the professor, how to improve the teaching. But I would recommend you guys that if at any time during the semester, if you have any concern, think something I can do to make this class better experience for you, talk to me anytime. You don't need to wait at the end of the semester and put in the course validation, because in that way, you cannot really benefit from it, right? So if you want to make your learning experience better this semester with me, anytime you have any concern, talk to me, email me, talk to me during office hour after class. Health and awareness, probably the most important thing in the syllabus. As I said, it is okay if like you don't learn anything for this class, that's fine. But I do want everyone to stay mentally and physically healthy in my class. I don't want to like create crazy stress and cause you depression, or I mean, if you have mental health problem, you have physical health, it's related. So if any time you feel this class is like the workload is just too crazy for you, and you can always talk to me, and I will see what I can do to make the work reasonable, And of course, if your mental health problem is caused by something else, if it's caused by me, of course, talk to me. If by something else and you prefer not to talk to me, but I just want to say that make sure you talk to someone, your friends, your family. We have the professional help. It's free for UF students. Just do not just keep it to yourself. It's not the best solution for mental health problem. Reach out to someone. So yeah, so that's the mental health and the physical health. So this is everything about syllabus. Any question? Any question about the exam, about the project?
For the extra credit, is it all or nothing? Or is it?
No, percentage.
That's it?
So let's say if you come like half the stream we have 35, you can come to like half of the class, you get 1.5. Yeah, you come 90, then it's 90%. Yeah. So we keep a record of like class attendance, and we put assignment on canvas like September 1st, September 3rd, and you get a grade either 1 or 0. And then in the end, we have the attendance based on percentage. Total is 3%, and we have 3 drops. Yeah. Any other question? It's recorded. I will post on my YouTube, and I will post that link on the Canvas page. Yeah. You're welcome. Any question you can ask me. We only have 7 minutes left, so I guess I can start the mathematics preliminary stuff on Monday. Because there's no point like start a new topic in 7 minutes. Thank you for coming, and have a great weekend.